Welcome back to WCG 2019 live from Xi'an, China. We just had an epic human mirror, and now we're going to go on into a completely different matchup with Undead versus Night Elf. It's going to be SyDe going up against Moon. And once again, I'm joined by Roddy.
Do you think Moon is a little traumatized by those European Undeads, or do you think he's fine?
I think he's all right.
Yeah.
Like, he lost recently the one series against Happy in the finals of a big tournament. I mean, Happy is Happy. At the end of the day, like, you can't really lose to him and compare him to anybody else. But I feel like it's definitely a good opportunity for SyDe to have studied these games, try to figure out what Happy was doing so well, and maybe try to do some of it against Moon, because Happy was pretty successful in those series.
So basically get godlike control, check, save every gargoyle, and then maybe we can make something happen. Really curious to see how SyDe is going to do. I actually, had the pleasure of casting quite a few of his games a couple months ago at the Iron Couch together with you. He's a very fun guy. He's very talkative, very spontaneous. He had a pretty decent showing in the event. He wasn't really like one of the absolute top dogs, but he
still did well.
He did all right, right? He had a decent run.
He played a lot of Dreadlord first, actually. He's like one of the better guys at playing that.
Yeah.
I mean, against Night Elf, not necessarily gonna be going for this, I think, but he's one of the guys that's like a steady up-and-comer that's doing well consistently. So we'll see here if he can maybe upset Moon. He did win a map against TH, which is pretty impressive in itself.
Yeah.
It's Undead against Human at the end of the day. Like, I think he probably considers versus Night Elf a harder matchup. So we'll see.
Undead versus Human, a matchup that doesn't really spark a lot of joy on your side.
No, it does not.
But it sparks a lot of joy to watch it, guys, and that's why we're in for a treat. Hopefully the players are almost ready. I mean, it's really fun for me to be back at one of these big Warcraft events again. And, see like people's reactions after a game like that. Taker comes over, he's like, "Did you see that game?" He's like, "Yeah, we casted it. Did you see that town portal to the that elemental?"
He's like, "Yeah, we had the best seat to see it, actually." Like,
but that town portal was bizarre, right? Because that's like his Archmage's life depended on the town portal. I think it was probably like a panic town portal, and then he only realized later that his elemental had like 100 HP or less.
Yeah, I think. Wait. When the Mountain King of Infi in the last game died for the last time, Archmage was trying to transfer something. I think he might have been trying to transfer a TP. So maybe Mountain King died with a TP on it.
That's possible.
And then, imagine if the transfer didn't happen on time and then he'd have the TP and he sold that. Then he could remake Mountain King. I think if he can remake Mountain King, he actually wins. That's so crazy. Down to the last few details.
But I mean, I think it would be even then, no? Like, even if he remakes the Mountain King, what was the advantage? He had more breakers, right? I guess that's like the one advantage.
Yeah, that's a pretty big one.
Yeah.
And they were like equal armies. I don't know.
I mean, it comes down to the micro, I think, in the end, right? Like, there's
a
lot
Cloak of Flames.
Yeah. Hey, that cloak was doing all right.
You're trying to hype this Cloak of Flames.
No. Because obviously it's not the sickest item ever, right? Like, I think on the certain scenarios for like a Blade Master or even like Demon Hunter, like I think in the old days it was pretty useful. This was obviously not really the moment for it. I don't know why this keeps happening to me. That's so weird. Because I actually I have the wire on my left side. I'm almost sitting on it.
It's okay. The NFL commentators, they have their cable at the front.
I know,
is what I heard. So
Tasteless is out there somewhere in the building. He's like, I like it. Show that. It's like, we know you have a commentator. Oh my god, I just got loud, by the way. I hope that if I just destroyed your speakers at home, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if that was the same for you, but my volume...
I hear a little bit, when I get loud too.
My volume suddenly just broke out.
Yeah, it cracks.
I've never heard myself that manly.
If when Tasteless is casting, if he has his cable in the back, he's like, you know what?
He's like, yes, guys, we commentate video games. I'm not going to hide the fact that there is a cable connected to my headset. I'm like, well, Tasteless, we don't think that's the only deal with it. Anyway, we're just waiting for our Night Elf vs. Human. Do you have any other updates of the rest of the tournament?
No. I hope a lot of you guys at home are able to join us, by the way. My proxy has been failing me, so I haven't been able to tweet, which makes me very sad, because I feel like usually it's the main way you can get the word out on when the games are happening and everything. Especially because the schedule changed. Yeah. Did you see I made my whole schedule thing for today? I spent an hour in MS Paint, making the 5 games that we had today, finding all the time zones and posting the time zones, and then 1 hour after, it was sorry guys, the whole schedule's changed.
Well, Todd, what has not changed is that our next series is still going to be Moon versus SyDe. Of course, SyDe is the Undead in the left bottom side, hailing from France. And in the right top side, the man who recently entered the Esports Hall of Fame after a mind-blowing speech.
That was a
delivered.
fantastic speech.
Absolutely. That was. I've seen a lot of speeches in my life, but I had Obama sending me messages afterwards. He's like, I've had good speeches, but can I get that Frenchman over here? I'm like, oh, you know what, Barack, we can make it happen.
For the right amount of money, I'm all yours.
No, it's really cool, though. I mean, I do think that everybody in his right mind will probably agree, right, with the fact that Moon deserves to be in the Esports Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
This man has been around forever. He's done tremendous things in multiple eras, right? The early era, the late active era, the downside era, and now the uprising of Warcraft 3. Moon has always,
I mean,
always
it's crazy,
been there.
like the amount of years that he's played this game.
Yep.
Like obviously he had to go to the army at some point, but to return after that and still become one of the best in the world is definitely very inspiring. He's going for a keeper here, which was all the rage as of late for a long time, and then, you know, there's been like a couple more patches, and nowadays it's a little bit more open in terms of what hero you open for. You can definitely go for Demon a little bit more than before.
I feel like I only see Keeper these days.
Yeah,
like
Keeper is still pretty darn good. Like if you know how to use it properly, and I mean Moon definitely perfected that. So usually there are a lot of strategies with fast expansion that are involved in this matchup. And then off the back of this, you can go into the Air Army, where you go for Fairy Dragons.
That's a nice scout, by the way, with the Wisp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the Fairy Dragon combo a couple of times. I'm personally the biggest fan of just the expand styles of Night Elf, though. Like obviously it is terrifying to give Undead a lot of time and give them, you know, the map control and the amount of creeps maybe, but I do feel like if eventually the Lich becomes the Lich that we know it is capable of, oh, that's a big one.
Yeah. And this is something that 1.2.0 popularized here. Going for the expansion like this, especially because you can buy lights like this.
Wasn't it worth to hit that, by the way, once with your Death Knight?
A player's force.
Oh my god, he sent another Wisp. Yeah, this is...
Oh, eventually. That was a nice surround, though, by SyDe.
Yeah.
It gotta feel good, right, to land one of those early on?
Yeah, because now that forces the Keeper all the way back home. And because he lost so many HPs, it's going to be hard to get back to full mana before he can remove across the map. But SyDe didn't stay too stubborn about that expansion. He just goes for the tech. He's like, you know what, I know you're here. I'm not going to go for the expand that I know I might not be able to pull off. Oh, that was a sick deny. Everybody got so good nowadays with the micro in Warcraft 3.
Obviously at this level at the World Cyber Games. I'm expecting these nerds to land the deny when they can, Todd. I mean, these are the best players in the world, right? And Moon, perhaps the biggest of them all. We know that he's going to be on top of his game. I like the start so far from SyDe, even though the creeping didn't really work out. Yeah. I still feel like he didn't really fluster there, he didn't fall apart, and he even landed a couple of good moves. The only thing I'm sad about is that first Ensnare, he put one skeleton on the Wisp. I feel like if he runs the hero one time to give it one hit, he gets a kill there, but I guess he's afraid of losing the mana or something?
Yeah, it's like a big investment. He could have coiled from afar, but Moon would have detonated. If you ran the Death Knight there, like the Death Knight needed to be doing damage to the units
maybe
that were there as well. Maybe
one ghoul then? One hit of a ghoul?
Yeah, I mean, the creeps are still pretty damn strong, so he had to be focusing on that. To be fair, like, Moon invested a lot into going there. He sent 3 Wisps, detonated 2 out of the 3, and then used all of his mana pool to try and prevent that expand from going up. So given all things, I feel like SyDe handled it like pretty alright.
Well, SyDe is going to try to return the favor. He threw a Death Call there, but unfortunately a little bit too early, so he does not get the last hit. Moon is going to get the item, and Moon will get the experience as well. So far, SyDe not super successful with this creep jack, but
at the expand.
Yep. I mean, I like styles like this. I'm happy to see Moon playing this.
And now it's getting really dicey for the Death Knight because Moon got level 2, so he has Entangle available. So he might buy a staff, I don't know.
A lot
make
of
sure
gold.
he doesn't get set surrounded.
A lot of gold in the bank for SyDe, but he's probably going to fire up his Lich King and then immediately the Citadel as well.
SyDe was very impressive in the regional qualifier for Europe, by the way. Like going into the tournament, I think Hawk was the big favorite, but after that you had guys like Nighthand, Anti, Sonic, and Doak.
Yep.
And SyDe apparently was really wanted to come to China, so he was on fire. He was the only guy that beat Hawk and only lost 2 series, so he's definitely, like I said, one of the players on the rise in the European scene that's doing really well right now, and he's improving a lot. But now he's facing the 5th race.
Yep. He's not going to be able to land the deny on that one. A little too much DPS from these hunters as another Entangle takes down that ghoul. I'm starting to get a little bit worried here, though. I'm not really feeling the momentum anymore after the early game.
Yeah.
I thought SyDe was all right at first, but now it feels like slowly but steady. Moon is everywhere where you expect Moon to be, where you want Moon to be. And I feel that our French Zerg is struggling. He is running towards the left upside, though, Todd. He's gonna try to deny it.
Is it on time? Let's see that tree. He went for a single gargoyle, by the way. And Moon is not playing the mass air with Alchemy second. He's going for 2 lores and a mass dryad style. I think if you can get the expand up, you just play full dryads here. And he went for Panda second, which Panda became again a little bit better here recently.
Wow, that's,
so that's
a
gonna
big
be a nice
cancel.
cancel, yeah.
Absolutely big cancel. Obviously, SyDe is gonna pay the price for it with at least 1 or 2 ghouls, I assume. I'm surprised he doesn't try to land an Entangle on the hero.
Oh, I'm surprised there was no Corinova on the keeper instead.
Yeah, he went for the archer instead and didn't get it. I mean, Moon is gonna rebuild his expand almost immediately.
I think SyDe scouted that just now. Does he want to follow up? It's tricky. I mean, the first cancel is already so massive. You don't want to overextend.
Especially because it was like 70–80% in as well, right?
Yeah.
And very beautiful moment. Now these gargoyles are going to start being annoying.
He's going for it. Yeah,
and we've seen that before.
There's the threat of a surround. But he's kind of forcing Moon not to creep right now, which Moon really likes to be doing.
I mean, gargoyles are just annoying, right?
Yeah. I think Moon's going to creep the Mercamp here sometime soon with the Enchanter Four that he has nearby. Like, ideally, like you'd like to get Panda at level 3 as soon as possible.
I do love the Panda, second hero. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, let's go.
Really great scouting from the Skeletons, I have to say. Like, he sees the lore, he knows that it's most likely going to be a Mass Dryad style, which... I mean, Moon is incredible with that style. Like, he's micro on what he targets. I think that might be a good answer to actually go for an expand here from SyDe.
Dryads are so good as well, though.
Yeah.
Such a good all-around unit. There is going to be a Ziggurat.
Sasse was the first to realize that.
Yep, all killed SK Germany. 4 different matchups.
Come on, tell us that story.
Mouse Dryad, the day that Mouse Dryad was born. Once upon a time, a Swedish Night Elf player played against a Night Elf, a human, an Orc, and an Undead. And even though he went for different hero openings, he ended up with Mass Dryads every game. And he all killed them with Dryads.
Since the day we named him Mouse Dryad.
Yeah. It was very appropriate.
He earned it.
Absolutely, he all killed the team.
Okay, so SyDe's trying to be aggressive. Like, he saw that the Mercamp was being engaged, and his Expo was being cancelled at the same time. Oh my god, some massive detonation here to remove all the mana from these heroes.
Where is that Keeper? Keeper is on the left side.
He was getting the cancel on the Expo offside.
I mean, SyDe is doing a really good job in making sure that this expand is not going to be profitable for a while, right? Wow, he's getting Frenzy already as well. You a fan of this style?
I think just go home, SyDe, creep a little bit, maybe expand now.
This was a matter of time, right?
The Lich will survive, I think.
Breath of Fire, well... 29 HP. But
not even close.
29?
So it's time for Orb. I think if he just gets Orb and starts creeping from now, he slowed Moon so much that he might actually be completely okay. But obviously Moon is creeping that Panda, and upon getting level 3, he's going to be the one that wants to be aggressive, especially as he has more Dryads.
I'm with you. It was really funny, right? Because you said, like, hey, SyDe, you should probably just be happy right now and go home. And then literally a second later, he gets surrounded and he loses the Town Porter. But I feel like the TP is such a big item to lose, right? Like 350 gold, it's massive. And obviously, he did a great job in delaying that expand, and he picked up a whole bunch of workers. And that was awesome and all. But that's still 350 gold down the drain for a one-base Undead player.
He must have really thought.
Yeah, that's actually very weird as well. All right, Moon is like, well, you know, Roddy, that speech about Town Porters, I'm going to show you how you win games without Town Porters. I'm like, all right, Moon.
Okay, that's level 3, by the way, which is massive.
And that's a good item as well, the Belt of Giant Strength.
Yeah, additional hit points. I don't know that Moon has a shop that he could buy staff for, because staff is very important here. What is that? Regen potion? The Dream?
Sentries. That's pretty big.
It looks like SyDe's going to choose not to expand. He's doing a massive push. Okay, this is a massive commitment here. He needs to either win the game here or do a ton of damage to be able to win the game.
Yep.
This is stuff like Undead's like 120 and Happy have been doing a lot.
The Keeper is actually on the south side, by the way. The Keeper kind of separated from the rest of the army now.
He's going to come in from behind.
Could get awkward. So this push is going to be very important for the Frenchman. He's going to set one goal on the gold
Moon is doing
mine.
this so well. It's buying time. He keeps on going forward, then he pulls back as soon as he's about to be engaged. And you can let that tree tank for a little bit too.
Oh, Nova lands.
Oh, this is the shop, by the way. This is so massive. The shop is going to finish close to this. That means it's going to be that much harder for the Panda to die, and he's also going to have extra mana.
I feel like there is so much focus fire potential on the side of Moon, right? Like pick off units one by one.
He's expanding.
The ghouls are just going down one by one.
SyDe is expanding at the same time. I don't know why he's pushing.
Well, he's losing a couple of his ghouls, that's for sure.
He has no TP, right?
I think he rebought it, right?
I don't think so.
If he doesn't have it downported, this game is probably going to end here. We'll take a look at that Death Knight soon. The Lich is actually going to be in a lot of trouble as well there, Todd. Look at that Lich. It's so deep. I mean, for now, Moon is settling for the Fiends.
Oh, he had a hitting score. Like
That Panda, man. Panda doesn't want to give up.
Observer is struggling.
Well, there is the Lich around. And that's going to be very, very difficult to save it. A Defco does land. Let's see if he wants to transfer any...
God.
He settles for the Keeper instead.
One more shot. Oh, and he gets it.
Wow.
Okay, I didn't expect that.
No. Dark
Take
Ritual.
you with me.
Yeah, Dark Ritual. If I go, the Fiend goes. Man, that is a real dark Lich right
Who's going to
there.
instant rebuy because he's so rich, and SyDe is down to 35 supply.
SyDe actually had some sick items on his
Yeah,
Death
what the
Knight,
hell?
I think he was afraid that if he would go in that deep, that he was going to lose the DK instead, right?
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay, that's a very ambitious Panda. He wants to put down the sentry ward. You heard that. Can you aim for it?
Suck it up.
I think even just one Ice Tower here can be really good, but there's just so many Dryads that I'm really worried for SyDe.
And 1-1 upgrades already as well on these Dryads.
I really feel like he should have crept.
Oh, surround! That is a 6 round. Forcing the info pod almost immediately. Can't you just hold position, by the way, after he used that?
Yeah, he could have. That Destiny is like, where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? No,
Moon is like, no, I'm going to give you guys another surround to get excited over because I'm freaking Moon. And SyDe is like, this is freaking Moon, isn't it? Okay, well, Moon, maybe shoot once. All right, Moon kind of messing that
From the 5th race to the 5th unit, the Dryads. Spirit Tower is actually pretty nice to have here, but I mean, Death Knight is playing Dodge Dryad right now.
Yeah, it's going to get a tangle though. This Panda is very strong. Wouldn't
the statue!
Everything is going down, mate. I think that this is going to be it. I don't see any stopping.
Yeah, without the Lich helping here, it's pretty tough.
SyDe is in trouble. He still has the greater healing potion, as far as I know.
He's going to need it.
He's got 1 tower now, finally, but 1 tower is probably not going to be enough. This Death Knight is going to be forced to use its potion. Now Moon will get this around, finally. And I'm afraid that the writing is on the wall for this one. Not as exciting as Hawk vs Infi, but Moon showing us that he's good. That he probably wants to pick up a World Cyber Games victory. GG is called. SyDe forced to tap out. Moon looking strong and feisty in game 1.
A very important game for Moon. He lost to Low Light earlier in his first series here in this tournament, so yeah, obviously like 4 players advanced, but you want to be able to collect a lot of these wins here. Make sure you don't bomb out in a group stage. And this is the one that's always eluded Moon as well. He's WCG. He's won basically everything, but not WCG. So getting that one will be a little bit poetic, I think, especially this late into his career, into his life after playing this game for so many years.
Moon is 35, right?
Oh, I think he's younger.
Wow, really? 32?
Yeah, I think he's like 32, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, 35 sounds really old. Then again, we're all getting a little older, Todd.
Yeah.
One day we're going to have the senior World Cyber Games, and then we'll all come back 40 plus only, baby.
We're in our prime.
No.
That's the way I see it. Everybody's in their prime right now.
I am 15 years past my prime. That's how I see it. 16, 17, 18-year-old Roddy, full of fire, fast. 32-year-old Roddy, not that fast anymore.
Not the best dancer, though, so...
No.
You've definitely improved on that side.
I can still hit my prime in dancing. That's absolutely true. You know what I was surprised by? Like, I think that Moon was very confident, so I don't want to nitpick too much there. But I felt when he had all the Dryads, wouldn't the ideal way to set up a surround there is basically grab all your Dryads and like maybe let them attack the Death Knight, but then remove one of them and then surround with the rest. So at least like one Dryad is slowing the Death Knight and you use the rest to surround it.
You mean when he surrounded the Death Knight and he used the invul?
No, in the end when he like tried it twice, because he was basically just running all 8 Dryads.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't it be better to have like 7 trying to get the surround and 1 slowing the DK?
Yeah, I think you should have brought your keyboard and plug it over there and play with these guys.
Say again?
No, I'm just kidding.
While
I agree with you, I think it's maybe a little bit harder to set up sometimes than you think.
Okay.
And if you look at the Dryad's position and the Death Knight, a lot of the time it's going to feel like if I just move all my Dryads together, they're going to block the Death Knight enough for me to get the surround.
I see.
And now this is what it felt like. So he didn't think he needed to do that.
Yeah. He was looking very good already, so maybe he wasn't stressing it that much.
Also,
right?
the game was pretty much over, I think.
It's always hard, like, you know, at one point when players start getting very confident, they may not necessarily make all the optimal plays anymore, but obviously you know, they know that what they're doing. But to be honest, I really thought that Infi had game 3 in the back against Hawk as well. So that just shows that you should never be too confident, I guess.
Everything lined up very well, by the way, for Moon in that game, like towards the end. Like he broke up keep at the right time. He knew the push was going to come. He made the shop in the perfect location at the perfect time. It finished as the engagement was starting. And he didn't engage too fast. And I feel like that's one of the biggest things where, like, at the highest level, the absolute best will make the players that are just kind of like slightly worse than them look really bad by making these decisions. Like he goes forward, he makes SyDe believe that he's about to fight and that they're going to fight, and then he pulls back at the last second. And he bought so much time like this, and then he just had too much after that.
I felt that it was supposed to be a scary push, and Moon made it look very doable, very easy, because of all the decisions that you just mentioned. Like the goals, you know, with their frenzy upgrade, I feel like they didn't really participate in the battle at all.
You know what the problem is, by the way? Sorry to interrupt. You know what the problem is? If SyDe wanted to just expand and creep, Moon would have been there with his keeper cancelling it. So that's also why he might have been like, all right, if keeper is going to be on the map, maybe Panda's not level 3 yet, I can do a push.
Well, let's see if SyDe can bring us more, or if it's going to be more magic from this man. The man who has won everything in his career other than the World Cyber Games. Moon, of course, in the right top side, hailing from Korea. SyDe in the left bottom side. Our French Zerg on Amazonia once again. Say this is a decent expand map for Moon as well, or is there a chance we'll see a little more one-base magic?
Hey, it's pretty hard to creep compared to Last Refuge. Like Last Refuge, the creeps are like terrible. You can creep them so easy. On this map, I would say it's quite a bit harder. You need an Ancient of War, ideally. Sometimes trains can be enough, but that would mean you've crept a lot in the start of the game. And all alike, the same applies for the Undead. Like last game, we saw SyDe try to fast expand. Like on this map, you can. You would need a lot of units. That would be pretty tough. So I'm pretty sure we're not going to see that from him. But it's another keeper here for Moon.
This Acolyte is out for blood, Todd. Absolutely.
You know about all the changes regarding the Acolytes, right?
They're faster.
Yeah,
they have more HP.
Yeah, and regen as well. Like they basically like they went from being like Krillin to Sengoku.
I don't know, man. I'm sure that a Speed Scroll, a couple of Wolves, a Chain Lightning can still get a couple of these bad boys in the middle of that attack.
You'd be surprised.
Okay. Take a look at it. I mean, that's probably justified, right? Like, Undead lost a lot of games.
Oh my god, this Acolyte's been so annoying.
Lightning Shield, oh! He's not gonna get the kill. Moon on point so far. That's some nice free XP almost. Immediately, Lightning Shield.
And he didn't go for trance. Oh. A lot of players here, they go for trance.
Maybe with the Lightning Shield, he feels like he doesn't need it. Make sure the AOW doesn't get the kill. It does not.
It's Moon. Come on.
I know. I just worry sometimes. SyDe is creeping something in the middle of the map on the left side, so we'll see what he picks up.
So he had trance, he was waiting. I guess for the first camp you don't really need it, for the second one it's much better, like you don't want to tank with your keeper. But there is an argument that can be made that as soon as you use something, then your mana already starts regenerating, so you want to use it as soon as possible. That's why a lot of Undeads nowadays, if they go and creep a first camp, they coil it right off the bat. Yeah. They start regenerating their mana immediately.
Well, something, right? All the small things can make a difference in the end. Oh, that's a good snipe there. I mean, SyDe absolutely got the last hit there, so he's going to send his Death Knight into level 2.
I love how the Observer wasn't looking, but I knew he was coming. I saw the Death Knight getting in position. A nice timing by SyDe.
That's, I guess, the one downside of Keeper, right? You don't have that much like burst damage, so and it's not that quick. So it's kind of hard to prevent some of these last hits being stolen. But obviously the Keeper has a lot of other great contributes. How's the aura of the Keeper these days? They buffed that as well, right?
Yeah, but like Trance and Entangle are just so good that you wouldn't get it. Like maybe, I would say Night Elf, if you wouldn't get that. That was a nice snipe, by the way.
No Dispel there.
Sometimes in Night Elf, you know, if they go into like bears versus bears, then obviously you will run a retrain and make sure you get aura. But other than that, it's very rare that in a game like this anybody would go for it. So that would be the ultimate mind game. Imagine Moon doesn't go for Entangle the whole game, and then like he lets SyDe go for Mass Ghouls, and then at the last second he skills Aura level 2. Like, come at me, bro.
Well, so far I'm actually kind of satisfied with this start so far. By SyDe, make sure the light. Oh no! Yeah. He didn't get XP right. It was the Lightning Shield that killed it. Ah, damn it, SyDe. You had such a strong early game so far. Whoa. If you guys are unfamiliar, if Lightning Shield that's casted by a creep gets the last hit, you will not get the experience for your creeping. And that is what happened there. SyDe will still pick up a little bit of additional XP. But then one more Tango could force out a town portal here, right?
Because even if Cloak of Shadows is used here, Moon can put
you got a town portal, mate. You got a town portal. What?
Oh.
Or you don't?
Moon's gonna send something to the lab.
He's so close. Yeah, he's so close. That's why.
Why isn't he done it yet?
The Wisp is moving. The Wisp is moving. At least now he will be able to survive a hit. Yeah. Immediately town portal. Side probably looking at it. Man, that was so risky. I mean, okay, in the end, like, he forced out a scan there. Or a reveal, but... yeah, that's like, you're playing a dangerous game there, right?
Yeah. It's not what you want to have happen at this stage in the game for sure. And Side's gonna create small camps on his side of the map, I think, in a sec.
And the sad thing now is that his Death Knight is running super low on
he's got a Ritual
well.
Dagger. That's gonna help a lot with the healing here. It's pretty nice, this new addition. I guess now Death Knight can somewhat self-heal without having to rely on Death Pacts too much. Obviously it takes a while and it's not like you heal for an incredible amounts. Like these imbalanced orc healings, but...
Healing salve.
What, nothing?
Nothing wrong with healing salve.
No answer to low epic bait. Actually, that's giving Moon the momentum to creep his expo very easily now. So he could take that pretty fast and go for something similar to last game if he wanted to. But instead, let's see what he has.
Observer!
Or you don't click on anything. Is this wins? I can't even tell. Because he has a lot of archers in the game.
So he could go for some hippos as well, right? That may be necessary. Keeper still being annoying. The Lich is out on the side of Side. It would be awesome if we would know what the Moon was actually building. Let's Grove of the Beast could come in handy, right? Hey, he's got the expand here though. But the expand? I guess he can do everything. Man, do you think it's really faster to go through the forest like that?
I think this might be wins because I don't see a Huntress Soul anywhere.
And that's a shop there, I guess, on the left. It's building so fast.
Like if you can get staff early, it's really amazing too. Damn, this Ritual Dagger helped him heal so much, but still kind of moving out without a TP now.
It's a very underwhelming Death Knight though, with the slippers, the gloves. There's kind of no items here at all. Drunken Haze being used here. And Breath of Fire, he used both.
Yeah, the combo is really strong.
Well, at least that's going to be a cancel on that gold mine, but obviously Moon is not going to be super upset about it. Moon is like, I can do this all day, mate. If you want to keep denying this gold mine while I expand the map, I'm all for it. It would be awesome if you take a look at the main base. 3 skeletons.
Wow, and actually this is very important for the Panda.
Yeah. Some free XP.
I'm trying to go through the mind of the Observer right now, and
I don't know, mate.
Players' forces are under attack.
We'll find him for you guys after the stream, I promise. We're gonna have a little chat with him. Be like, hey brother. Sometimes taking a look at the main base, you know, when players attacking up could be useful. Clicking on the building could be awesome. Every now and then clicking on a different hero, then, you know, the two of Moon would be nice, so we could see if somebody can actually get out of a fight or not.
It's like a Brood War game. No production type, you only find out about units as they're coming out on, on the map.
There are Dryads.
Yeah. Okay, so we had Huntress Soul.
Yeah. We just didn't see it.
Yeah, so it's going to be the same style as last game. And Moon is really good at this style.
Level 3 Panda already, man.
So early.
It's indeed really, really fast, guys. If you take a look at the other side of the map, like Side really just doesn't have much going for himself right now. Obviously, Sobi Mask as well. Are you kidding?
Yeah, one of the best.
Yep, for the Panda. It's going to be Breath of Fire all day. There is an Abomination out. I didn't see Disease Cloud yet, but I'm sure that will be added soon.
Disease Cloud is really, really good ever since it was changed. Goes a ton of damage.
Yeah. It's good against Riot, right? Forces the Knight up to at least micro a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like, they hit all of them with the Disease Cloud, and then hit points are going down consistently. It's actually gonna... I think I see on the minimap, there's a lot of ghouls that are moving with Side's army. Can I equip the Expo?
But, I mean, the Panda is gonna absolutely wreck his army apart, right? Tear his army apart, rather.
Yeah, ghouls. I don't even think he has healing scrolls, but maybe he has one.
I mean, the Lich does get level 2, but now there's going to be a creep jack. I don't know if Town Portal is going to be used here or not. But this Panda is out for blood, and these ghouls are in for a very, very rough awakening.
Look, all of them still have Drunken Haze. I think he missed this spell.
Oh no, and Tango being used now on this Abomination as well. Nova goes down on the Panda, so that's a little bit of damage.
And the ghouls were like, we're out of here.
Yeah.
They just run home. There's nothing to kill the archers now. It's just gonna keep on entangling.
Yeah, the Panda has to be a little bit careful, right? Good job there by SyDe, I think. Nova being used on the archer. One archer did go down, so SyDe gets a couple of kills here and there.
You know what I mentioned earlier about expanding on this map? Like you get so much gold out of it. So I feel like SyDe maybe just creep the shop nearby, and then go over 50 supply, go to 60, and then expand. Because then he would have the army that can take on the Dryads with like 4 A-bombs.
Yeah, he needs more A-bombs, right? I do love that he didn't even commit there with the goals.
He's not that aggressive.
I love that he sent him home immediately. There is a Panda, though, or a Town Porter rather, on this Panda. You guys know there is a Panda. Pick up the town! I have to channel my inner Twitch chat sometimes. Another SyDe mask.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Town is
kind of overkill, I guess, but non-stop graph of fires. So this 3 of life is going to take a little bit of damage. You're going to get out of there.
Can you anticipate where he goes? He's just getting out.
Kind of a defensive, like in the middle of the wall, there's a meat wagon in the mix as well.
Is that an AP? What the hell?
Yeah.
He's trying to force the fight. Like Moon wants to pull back, and by the time right now SyDe is attacking the tree, saying, well, you pull back all you want.
Hey, these ghouls are doing some good work now, actually. Now the Keeper is going to show up. Broken breath of fire. Can he save the Tree of Life? No, the Tree of Life goes down.
You don't have TP anyway. SyDe can't get out here. Wisp actually go for some one of the surrounds. They're going to get out now. Everything's going to die super fast here from SyDe, except the A-bombs.
Even those will die eventually. The Lich is already taking quite a bit of damage as well. Keeper and Panda will level up. All of the ghouls have gone down. I like that randomation of Protector on the right side. You said as well.
I would understand if he did this and then TP the last second, but...
I'm with you. I mean, the Destroyer is trying to stay alive there. This Lich. There is Dryads though. Dryads are going to try to slow these heroes down perhaps.
Don't turn around. Wait.
SyDe is in trouble. There's so much energy left on the heroes as well. This could very well be it, guys. Death Knight goes down. GG is called, and Moon against, well, nobody's surprised, I guess. We'll take a pretty convincing 2-0 victory here over SyDe in the end.
That was what you expect out of Moon here. It was more SyDe, I think, who, with the timings, wasn't doing as well as he would have hoped it'd be, I think. Yeah, that was weird. Like, to me, it seems so clear-cut here that he shouldn't be attacking, but I guess we see everything, you know, it's like very different. But
no, but I'm with you as well. Like, I think sniping the tree, that's a really sick pick-off. But then get the hell out of there, right? And I love what he did with the ghouls in that previous fight, because he knew that the ghouls wouldn't have any impact there, so he just sent them away. But now this is like the game-ending fight, and the Panda was even scarier and stronger at this point. I'm like, well, it's going to be tough. I mean, obviously, going up against Moon is going to be a tough task for anybody in this Warcraft 3 tournament. But maybe not for Loliot, as he got the first victory, but he's not done yet. Moon probably gave him a stare. See you in the playoffs, my friend.
He lost the first map, so...
Yeah, we'll see. Well, I mean, those are two very fun, I think, Warcraft 3 best of threes. The first one really stood out. If you guys joined us in the middle of it, you guys got to go back and watch Hawk versus Infi, because that was sick. That was some truly awesome, epic human versus human.
Yeah, for sure. I think like these games, I hope everybody sees them. I hope everybody talks about them, get the word out, because they were amazing. And I cannot wait to see Hawk in action again, this time against TH.
Yeah.
You know, they could play actually multiple times against one another. Again, it's a format here where we got 7 players playing in a round-robin format, and then top 4 advances. And then it's like 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3 in semifinals, and then the grand finals. And one of the best things, actually, that I kind of don't like that it's not anywhere else in any other esport. There's a third-place match here.
Yeah, no, I like having
really
third place. What I don't like, though, is that the 4th place finisher gets nothing. That's pretty brutal. Because, I mean, then you make it outside of the massive round-robin group. You make it into the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I like 3rd place matches. But, like, I think there can just be a difference. Because I think having medals, like, medals is awesome. I really like, even in a lot of, like, traditional sports, they're like, no, we don't want a 3rd place match. I think that's so stupid. Like, I think it's totally okay to be proud of it. Like, everybody's like, always a winner. Like, if you don't win, you're last, blah, blah. Like, I think that's nonsense, you know.
I'm so glad I caused this epic rant to start.
Yeah, no, because, like, you know, in tournaments, I've plenty of times looked at this like, man, if I can get like a top 4 finish, that'd be sick. But yeah, if I could get a bronze medal, I'd be proud of that. I would cherish it. I'd hang it up in my room. I really hate his attitude. Is like it's first or nothing. Like I'm not saying everyone should get a medal.
Yeah, the argument is that it breaks the momentum before the finals and takes away from it. But like I said, I like that there's the third place match. I think it's amazing.
If there is money on the line and there is like prestige on the line, you know, all the other like Olympic sports have it. So besides, like I said, like in football, people are very weird about it, and I think it's totally fine. I think it's totally proud to be like top 3 is always iconic, right? Like top 4 is like top 3 is like you're on the podium. There is the word podium for a reason.
I like it.
So I guess we are pretty close to finishing up. Maybe we're waiting for a updated graphic, anything along these lines. You know, I was very impressed by these videos they showed us of Xi'an.
Yeah.
I saw like a very beautiful, like the city of light. So I asked like our talent manager, I was like, hey, how far away is this gonna go? She's like 5 minutes. I was like, it's here? She's like,
really?
yeah. I thought this was a brand new city. You know,
so you went or?
No, but I mean, I want to go because I saw the promo videos. She's like, it's close to a hotel. I was like, awesome. I'm going
it's
on
the
a tour.
Terracotta Warriors as well.
Yeah, I know, but that's further away, I guess.
Yeah.
But I would love to see that. I was supposed to see it in 2005 when I came here the first time, but I
was supposed to see it one time, and like they went climbing as well after a Star Wars event.
Yeah.
With like Insomniac, Robbie and stuff. And then the climbing part, they showed me a photo of like, I'm not going.
Okay.
It looks so scary. It was like so high and stuff. I can't do that, man. I'm
this
scared
city
of heights.
is amazing. Anyway, guys, we truly hope that you guys enjoyed these back-to-back best of 3s. We're going to head over to a break, and after that, or later today, we'll be back with more Warcraft 3 action. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon.